아까 라이즈 못 잡으면
네.
제대로 갚아주는데 이거 르블랑이 할 게 없죠 저런 상황에서는.
자, 바론까지 가져가야죠.
네. 네.
마법사의 신발이었네요. 네.
You're such a motivator, gotta get you where. So sick of saying yes sir, yes sir. You're such an instigator, you wanna play the game. Take it or leave it, that's her, that's her. And I can't wait another minute. I can't take the look she's giving. Your body rocking, keep me up all night. One in a million, my lucky strike. Got me so high and then she dropped me. But she got me, she got me, she got me, yeah. Took me inside and then she rocked me. She keep me up all night, this is what it sounds like. My lucky strike. My lucky strike. Your body rocking, keep me up all night. One in a million, my lucky strike. Stuck in her elevator, she take me to the sky. And I don't wanna go down, go down. She said I'll feel you later, I'll go ahead and fantasize. She made me wanna right now, right now. And I can't wait another minute. I can't take the look she's giving. Your body rocking, keep me up all night. One in a million, my lucky strike. Got me so high and then she dropped me. But she got me, she got me, she got me, yeah. Took me inside and then she rocked me. She keep me up all night, this is what it sounds like. My lucky strike. My lucky strike. Your body rocking, keep me up all night. One in a million, my lucky strike. Hey, you're taking all my pain away. You're shaking like an earthquake. You're taking all my pain away. You're shaking like an earthquake. Got me so high and then she dropped me. But she got me, she got me, she got me, yeah. Took me inside and then she rocked me. She keep me up all night, this is what it sounds like. My lucky strike. My lucky strike. Body rocking, keep me up all night. One in a million, my lucky strike. My lucky strike. My lucky strike. Your body rocking, keep me up all night. One in a million, my lucky strike. Stuck in her elevator, she take me to the sky. And I don't wanna go down, go down. She said I'll feel you later, I'll go ahead and fantasize. She made me wanna right now, right now. I can't wait another minute. I can't take the look she's giving. Your body rocking, keep me up all night. One in a million, my lucky strike. Got me so high and then she dropped me. But she got me, she got me, she got me, yeah. Took me inside and then she rocked me. She keep me up all night, this is what it sounds like. My lucky strike. My lucky strike. Your body rocking, keep me up all night. One in a million, my lucky strike.
And we are back, guys, at the Champion Summer Grand Finals. I'm Doa, that's Monte Cristo. Look at this. Now it's Dexter. And you almost look like a floating head. You've got like the black shirt and then the black sea ocean sort of behind us.
Yeah.
We're kind of, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, great.
Everything cool.
We're kind of in the void right now, you know?
That's right, we're floating in outer space.
That's
The
right.
ocean is technically
Whoa.
behind us, but all right,
We've gone
so
to space.
let's talk about that last game.
That was actually some insane team fighting from Samsung Blue that we saw there, which
Yeah.
brought them back into the game. And especially like the sneak Baron, which was only thing they needed to stall the game long enough for them to scale into the late game.
Yep.
And then Spirit had some really insane cocoons this game, catches, and it negated the Zillion ultimate, and then the team fight was just like super good. And Riven, even when super fat, never had the chance to kill the Kog'Maw anymore. And what I like about this game was the adaptation of the support pick, because it allowed, like the Nami pick allowed Kog'Maw to actually sustain the poke from Corki and Zillion. And if they had the Morgana, the bot lane would have probably been crushed again, like last game. So that's like some really good adaptation from in between games, which we only see in Korea probably.
Yeah, and one thing to talk about too is that we saw the KT Heroes pick 4 of the 5 same champions. They just swapped the Riven out with the Maokai, but the big difference there was they didn't have the same level of engage that they had last game. And to counter engage with the tidal wave with the ability to kite it out was really their undoing, because even with that fantastic Riven flank that we saw at the end, the perfect Riven stun, they still couldn't quite get the damage down.
Yeah, I mean, Samsung just had like super good team fights too. Even if they got caught out, they just... Dada is really good at team fighting with any champion because of the Ghost Flash thing he does, and his custom was really impressive too.
Yeah, it's fun to see it too, because one thing that I've noticed over the course of this series is much earlier distortion enchantments on top and mid laners than we're used to seeing. This is something that both teams have adapted to, and as a result, we're seeing more teleports. We're seeing more of that Flash Ghost usage over the course of these team fights, which is fun.
Yeah.
So the big question is, I mean, now we've seen Samsung do what they always do to win, right? They did in game number 2. But the KT Heroes, I gotta say, they're looking better in the mid game. I mean, they won game 1 in a situation that they don't win a lot of games in. That sneak Baron really did kind of turn around, of course, for Samsung Blue. So now going into game 3, we've kind of seen it both ways. I don't know, do you have any sort of like idea what we're gonna see pick-wise? Like, where do you go from here, What do you think?
I think we see the same picks and bans over the whole series, and I even think we can see game 5, because KT had like the super good early games. They get every dragon in early game, and their vision control is like super good. And I mean, Samsung had like super good idea of controlling the blue buff in the early game with like 2 pink wards and 3 wards. But what happened in mid lane was, I think Dada took a really bad trade and Ryze froze on him in the mid lane under his own tower. That opened up Kakao's ganking possibility, and Kakao was like all over the blue side jungle, which was really good for him, because if he would have ever entered his own blue buff jungle, he would have probably get killed by the support and jungler. So
what do you think about this Kha'Zix pick for Kakao? I mean, it's working okay, but do you think maybe it's worth changing up?
I think he's gonna pick it.
Enough?
I think Lee Sin is gonna be banned the whole series against him, and I think he prefers Kha'Zix over Rengar actually right now, and it's working out really good with him, because Lee Sin got nerfed. I mean, and I think it's gonna be like the whole series Kha'Zix, because Kha'Zix got like a lot of, he's like the flavor of the month pick right now.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
especially like with the Zillion support, the Zillion experience bonus helps Kha'Zix to overcome like the weak early game he has.
Right.
He has like an acceptable early game, but which is really good for him is like the ultimate on Zillion on top of him, and then he can just jump in, and yeah, he can go full damage Kha'Zix. But at the end, it's the team that has the hyper tank in the top lane will always win the late game. And yeah, like I said, the Baron last team, like if the Baron wouldn't have happened, the KT Arrows would have probably just snowballed the entire game into victory.
Yeah, I think the other issue too was the Riven may have been useful for like split pushing, but the problem is that their 4-man core couldn't actually siege while the Riven split push. So there was kind of a composition that didn't really know what to do properly. And yeah, they had a big enough early lead that they could have overcome that. But as soon as that Baron came in, like we talked about this a lot in the cast too, that was just the time that they needed to buy in order to make it out of a rather perilous situation. So I'm excited, though. I mean, we didn't see Rengar picked or banned in the last game, and I think we've seen that deprioritization of that pick, and especially when we look forward to his nerfs in 4.14 too. Maybe not the best pickup, but I'm still excited. I'm hoping we get to see maybe one Rengar game this series.
Yeah.
All right. So I asked Doublelift this as well. I mean, obviously your first time in Busan, your first time in Korea as well. Like, what do you think of it? What's your experience been
Busan
like?
is, I mean, Seoul was really cool, but Busan is like next level.
Next level,
It's
huh?
so cool here. Yeah, I like it. It's you can walk anywhere and it's so bright. It's everything is cool here. I like the city a lot. And
Awesome.
if I had to choose like one city where I like lived during my gaming career, it would probably be this city. It's like it's
Wow.
really cool. I like it. And
It is.
We're here on the beach. The beach is like 5-minute walk away from everywhere, and I just like it. Like the weather, it's humid at sometimes, but I guess you get used to it. And
It's a lot better down here as far as
yeah,
that goes,
it's
you know?
really good, especially with the water. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's cool.
Like
I
tonight
I
it's
like
fine.
the city. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the city. It's really cool.
Awesome.
So I have to ask you, after seeing this first couple of games, do you have a prediction for the rest of the series?
Yeah, I think it's gonna go to a blind pick game with KTA winning the blind pick game.
Oh, wow.
okay.
KTA.
They have a 100% pick
takes
rate,
it.
win rate.
They do.
So
That 100%.
Yeah, I'm excited, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think if the early game turns out again like it did last game, and they maybe have that one Baron ward to prevent it, and Samsung is gonna go for that scaling comp again, that it might go to game 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about this during the series too, but it's that transition because right now there's such an emphasis on the bottom side of the map due to Dragon being increased in gold and the power of AD carries in the current meta. And so the current problem that a lot of teams have is swapping the vision up to top side at that point of the game, and KT didn't convert very well.
Right.
KT was really good at that. Just Kakao just
And-
farmed the entire topside jungle, and yeah, he did a really good job of that. So
That's right. Well, thank you for joining us at the desk for a little bit, Dexter. It was a
problem.
pleasure.
thanks for having me.
All right, awesome. Well, guys, we're going to get to pick some bands for Game 3 in just a minute.
안녕하세요. 얘들아, 나와서 인사해.
근데 데포트 선수는 어디 있어요?
학교가 저번에 4강전 이후로 아직까지 삐져 있어요. 까비.
나 죽었다.
네, 정말 축하드립니다.
학교가 게임이 좀 안 풀리면 삐지긴 하는데 이번엔 좀 심한 것 같아요. 학교 삐진 지 벌써 일주일째야.
이거 좀 심각한데 혹시 형이 괴롭혔어요?
아니야, 나 진짜 잘해준단 말이야.
나는 삼성의 알파카.
대체 왜 저러는 거지? 뭔가 다른 이유가 있을 거야.
(2014년 8월 1일) 4강전이 있었던 날. 나는 졌다. 나만 졌다. 형들은 이겼는데 나만 졌다.
나도 도움이 되는 원딜이 되고 싶다. 혁규야.
그래, 열심히 했어. 우리 학교 멘탈 지켜야 해.
혁규야. 천재도 너가 먹어. 미시해줄게. 블루도 먹을래?
나도 캐 먹고 싶다.
혁규야, 미드에 공 쓰면 1킬 먹는다.
형 대박.
적을 처치했습니다.
형 바텀에서 싸움 났어요. 혁규야, 아니 갈게. 혁규야, 이해를 시켜줄 거야. 힘 풀렸겠지? 잘했어. 오늘은 이겼다. 형들이 도와줘서 이겼다. 기분이 좋다. 결승전도 이렇게 되면 좋겠다. 혁규의 일기 끝.
근데 넌 쟤한테 진짜 첫 레드 줄 거야?
그럼 나도 블루 먹을래? 형 미쳤어요?
Oh, there he is. Like this if you cry every time. Deft has got his mental fortitude back, and he's got the MVP for game number 2 as well. 12-7-9 on that Kog'Maw. Welcome back to Champion Summer Grand Finals. It was touching. It was a heartfelt, heart-filled little video clip.
And there he is moving forward right on to rookie.
Yeah.
Achani going down as well, and he'll find Kakao around the side. Oh, Deft.
Oh, Deft.
Dying right there, but you know what? We'll go ahead and take the triple with his passive.
Why not? Nearly got a penta with that passive. And he played so well. And yeah, he was pretty down in the big interview after the semifinal win, so it doesn't surprise me that they had to engage in like a Scooby-Doo-esque mission to get Deft's mental fortitude back where it needed to be.
There he is, walking through the
What a
turret right
team.
there, and here we go. Someday cutting around the side.
What a stun.
Look at that exhaust timing as well on
Yeah.
the Someday. Deft able to come out. It's a cleanse off, and can kite Kakao backwards with the help of the random and Omen as well. Really great peel from his teammates.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you certainly need you need to have that perfect engage if you're the KT Arrows a little bit earlier than they did.
And there he goes, trading with rookie. He does die as it bounces between the creeps. And nearly picks up the Penta with his passive, just a hair short.
It's close. They need to just back off and let him have it, you know? Oh well. So there we are, a tied up series in this best of 5 to decide who goes home as the winners of Champion Summer. KT Arrows, Kakao taking a battle nap again. Getting ready for game number 3. And whoever wins this game will not only take a lead in the series, but also put themselves one game away from taking Champion Summer.
That's right, Dade, Lightning Bolt, channeling his inner Harry Potter.
It's true. The boy who made others not live in mid lane. There you go. The Black Lightning Bolt. And so, our crowd's sticking around. Of course, why wouldn't they? This series is only heating up, guys. The weather, though, is quite nice. Nice and cool, but the game is going to be awesome. Let's get into picks and bans for game number 3 between KT Arrows and Samsung Blue. There we go. The Zed band immediately against Dade, and there's that Oriana band that we've seen against Rookie all night long.
Yeah, just a couple of targeted bans. And Thresh again going out, and there's the Rengar. So Arrows are reverting back to their blue side bans from game 1.
Yeah.
Was Zed, Thresh, and Maokai on the red side. Now Kassadin taken out by blue. They don't want to hand that one over. Someday a very good top lane Kassadin also.
Very true.
So will it be
What will
Alistar?
that last band be? Yeah. Alistar. Okay, so they do not want Hachani to have that one.
All right, so same bans as game 1 when Arrows were also on blue side and blue were also on red side.
Yeah.
And there's the first pick, Maokai, once again. Instant lock, Kog'Maw, Lee Sin. These are the same picks so far as game 1.
Yeah, and I mean, we just heard Dexter say, too. He expected them to just keep playing the same way they are now. And again, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Both games really close. So is there really a big flaw with the comp? Probably not. It's more about the little things that happen in game.
Think about the Arrows, though. Are they going to take Ryze here? Because blue has last pick, and you need the Ryze to deal with the Yasuo. Because if Dade can pick the Yasuo, he will.
Yeah, that is true.
Ryze, Corki, same picks as game 1.
Wow. We'll see if they lock it in. They've got 20 seconds to decide. But the way things have been going, I would not be shocked to see that happen. All right. And they do. All right. Locked in.
Arrows running with pretty much the same game plan. We'll see if they round it out with Kha'Zix and Zilean again.
Yeah.
That was their final rotation on blue side last time. I doubt blue is going to be taking this Morgana again. Like Dexter talked about, having a little bit of sustain early in the lane can really help you out. And the Zilean may be taken away. Hart, of course,
I was wondering, yeah.
is a support Zilean player himself.
Right, and I mean, it's such a good pairing with the Kog'Maw as well, so it's a good takeaway if they decide to go with that. Mundo hovered over, and they've been really kind of teasing this Jace all night long, too.
And remember, in the first game, it was a mid-lane Kog'Maw for Dade, and
Right.
an AD carry Tristana picked up later in the draft for Samsung Blue. And yes, this Jace has been teased. Wow, are they going to play Yasuo into Ryze? That would be very
Whoa.
surprising.
Well, switching over to that Nami for now. What's it going to be? They'll lock in the Nami, they'll lock in the Mundo. Okay. Things a little bit more normal.
Well,
It leaves a Zilean open, though, for Hachani.
I mean, they're going back to the picks that really worked for them in the last game.
I guess so. There we go. The Zilean locked in. And of course, Kakao going with the Kha'Zix. Have to call it the Kha'Zix if he wins this match.
Well,
So what's this last pick going to be? What are they going to send in mid? Is it going to be Kog'Maw or is it going to be a more traditional mid pick?
I mean, this is interesting because this is an identical draft for the Arrows to game 1 of this series. And nearly identical to game 2. The only thing they did was switch out that Maokai for the Riven. But
Yeah.
the KT Arrows had a much more balanced composition. This scales really well while providing some early game punch with Corki and Nidalee, or Corki and
Twisted
Zilean.
Fate is open.
Okay.
And
it's-
Yasuo too, but Twisted Fate,
well,
man.
TF is a better matchup against Ryze.
Yeah.
And this is one of Dade's signature champions.
Yeah, 10 seconds left. I'm thinking it's going to be locked in here. No, switches over to Ziggs. Just going for that late game yet again, but will they? Yeah, they'll lock it in. There it is. Ziggs for Dade.
So again, looking to scale, looking to kite out of team fights,
Yep.
and disengage with this composition. They've got great wave clear, and so blue is actually just trending even more in the direction of that late game than they were last time around.
Well, worked for them in game number 2. Will it work for them in game number 3 again?
Well, the difference is now we have real engage on the side of the KT Arrows
Yeah.
with Someday on Maokai.
That's a big part of it, for sure.
So this is heading back to a composition that they knew, that they played very, very well in the first game of this series. And if the KT Arrows lose this one, we'll see if they have another plan, because
Yeah.
they've played 4 of the same champions, Ryze, Corki, Kha'Zix, and Zilean, in all 3 of their comps tonight, and they played 2 with Maokai and then 1 with Riven. Meanwhile, Samsung Blue mixing it up a little bit more, trying to adapt here, ditching that Morgana pick for the Nami disengage.
They've got to have at least one more plan. I mean, if you come into a finals with only one plan, you're 2 things. 1, unprepared, and 2, CJ Blaze.
Either or.
Either or, yeah.
Or both.
Take your pick. Or both, yeah, that's just true. Or both. Well, guys, the game is loading up as we take a look at the bot lane for both teams. Of course, very similar, well, it's the same in fact, to what we've seen all night long. And will Blue be able to sustain it to the late game? And the Arrows, I mean, yeah, they can get that early lead, but they need to translate it into mid-game success and a late-game win. Can they do it in game number 3? Who's going to take the lead and get one game away from taking the entire tournament? It's time to get into Summoner's Rift and find out. See, they look really stern, but nobody saw before now the tender nature of the Samsung Blue team and how they care so much about the mental health of their teammates. Whoa, action across the board here. You don't want to go up against a guy with an axe as a tree. And Someday just getting really slowed down. This could be a bit of a problem. Spirit coming in. Someday, are they going to force the Summoner? Q lands and he does it. Someday really low. Whoa,
well,
that
they're
was
collapsing
close.
though. No. Dangerous. Can they get anything
I
right
don't know,
there?
man. I don't know if they can.
So flash down early for Someday, and that's the thing is that you'll notice actually something that, well, I'll tell you what to notice. But
Okay, what should I notice?
in both games that Samsung has played red side, and they have a dueling advantage with their top laner. First game it was Nidalee versus Maokai. Second game it was Mundo, who can spam those cleavers very effectively.
Yeah.
Acorn has walked up very aggressively, poked Someday, and then immediately gotten a deep ward onto the blue buff. And this is what you can do when you have in the top lane, or any lane really, but especially the top lane, a 1v1 where you have an advantage early, is that you can chase them back into their own jungle and get a free deep ward by yourself, which is really great because then you have instant knowledge about precisely where the jungle starts, and there's no bones about it. There's no fake leashing that can occur to fool you.
Well, this is scary too for the KT Arrows because again, they thrive on that early game advantage and they've kind of already given it away a little bit to Samsung Blue.
And we do see Kakao starting up at that blue side buff, so, well, same thing with Spirit though, so nobody's really going to be able to take advantage of this flash blow. And I doubt.
Look at the action in this bot lane. Both teams just going
heal
at
blown
it.
already
Jeez.
for both sides actually.
Yeah. Well, they just walked right up, man. It was like support versus support and carry versus carry.
So we're seeing
And
the
it
same.
went pretty even.
Yeah, we're seeing the same bottom lane as last time. And will this Nami be able to out-sustain once again? Evan Flo going down right there. Deft quite low, gets a free hit off with his W.
He's got to be a little bit careful again. I mean, Summoner healed down now. He's got his flash, but that doesn't help you when there's a Zillion bomb sticking to you, finishing you off.
True enough. So Rise should expect to be actually pushed in quite early by the Ziggs, and that's going to give Spirit some maneuverability on the map right here. Kakao going to have to be pretty active about how he deals with the mid lane. Of course, Dade going for the Ghost Flash on his mid lane Ziggs. He's really the pioneer of this. Of course, a lot of players really like to go for more of the barrier or heal style Ziggs, but more and more since Dade showed how you can actually get by in the laning phase and then have insane team fighting with Ziggs with these two summoners. Have been using it.
I have not seen such a violent bot lane in a long time, man. It's like my games. Non-stop trading.
Well, here comes Spirit.
Ah, that's right. And with people already low, this could be dangerous. Kakao
in the
hiding the
brush.
brush. Aha, there's a ward. Yep.
Smart play right there. They knew he might come down between 3 and 4 minutes just based on his buff start. Arrow's still pretty low, however. And now ward's going down over the lip into the river. So no jungler able to make a play. Maokai recalling quite early here after pushing the lane up. And he'll teleport back topside instantly.
That makes sense. Will this leave KT open and vulnerable to a bit of a Samsung Dragon play, though?
Not this early, especially with Mundo. It's battle of the hyper tanks up in top lane. Odds are Mundo's going to have to use his TP right now, or soon at any rate, because he's getting pushed in, and the first buy gets Someday some more potions, a Doran's ring as well, and so now he's able to continually create pressure onto this Mundo up in the top lane. Recalls coming in from Deft, Hart.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kakao coming up to top lane. Not going to be able to make a play, though. Oh, the ward actually just ran out. in
Yeah,
top.
he knows that, probably.
I think he's got that pretty well timed, yeah.
And this is more of a counter gank than anything else. I
Yeah.
doubt they're going to try and dive. Well, it's KT Arrows. They may try
It's
and dive with no
3-6.
vision. No, they don't know where the jungle is, but they're still going to do it.
Okay, they're just going to muscle him out. Spirit is right there. They're going to go in. Acorn flashing away. Spirit comes in with the W, trying to slow him down, trying to get more turn damage onto Someday. Someday, the flash from Spirit, trying to get behind him. Acorn there as well. And Acorn is going to get that first blood. Now, can they get Kakao as well? You bet they can. One more cleaver will do it. Kakao trying to dodge. Oh, he gets hit. And there's a double for Acorn. Disaster for the KT Arrows.
It's so predictable because the KT Arrows always gank without knowledge of the jungler.
They really
and
do,
trying
don't
to,
they?
yeah, it's risky, you know. Maybe the jungler's there, maybe he's not. You don't know. They had wards in the bottom side jungle, but I don't know. That was pretty foolish.
Yeah, I mean, KT Arrows, they've kind of thrived on taking risks like that. They've paid off against a lot of other teams this season, but it's hard to make that work against Blue.
Well, it could have paid off right there, you know, getting that Mundo down early.
Yeah. Do you really want to roll the dice that way, though? Most teams
I would not, but
Yeah, most teams would not.
the KT Arrows have made it to an OGN final by rolling the dice that way.
That is true.
Have they gotten lucky? Maybe. Or does the aggression, you know, that's the thing about aggression is that it always forces a response from your opponent. And if your opponent isn't fast enough or prepared enough for that eventuality to take place, then sometimes you can get away with stuff because
Yeah.
you're inherently at a strategic advantage.
Whoa, Rookie getting jumped on by Spirit here, but Kakao is right there to help him out, and he doesn't get away. Spirit taken down, a kill to Rookie in the mid lane.
Speaking of making plays without knowledge of the
I
enemy
was going to
jungler.
say, man, yeah, just going 1v1 in on that Rise. That Rise had no mana, but still, you had no vision on where Kakao was.
Spirit also had no flash from what happened up in the top side.
You're right, yeah.
So with the Rune Prison as well, it's not a guaranteed W back out, and the damage from Kha'Zix in isolation like that is pretty brutal. You have to be
Yep.
careful.
Very true. And so Someday, still even on CSO with Acorn, despite that death. And Acorn, though, I mean, Mundo scales up, right? So, I mean, the more kills he gets early on, the faster he reaches that late game status. And 2 kills before 7 minutes is pretty bad if you're facing a Mundo.
Yeah, but I mean, Maokai scales just as well, if not a little better at this point in time.
It's just going to be a bit slower initially. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of game left.
Yeah, he will be scaling just a tad bit slower.
Yeah.
But has some reliable crowd control to create picks, though, especially with this Kha'Zix. Acorn is post 6 now, so it's going to be less of an issue. The red buff should be wearing off relatively soon. Hart is toying around with his bottom lane, does pick up a bomb for free right there, but Deft, you know, he got the components. Kakao standing in a ward again.
We've seen that happen a couple times in this game, haven't we? Well, they know he's there. No mystery for Acorn.
Look at Dade. He's coming topside.
Yep. Someday just clearing out that pink ward.
Nope.
Hello. All right, well, Spirit's there just in case, again, wanting to be there in case they need that counter gank. But I don't think they're going to need it. Meanwhile, mid lane, Rookie goes in on the Dade. A lot of damage there. Hachani comes up, but a little bit too late to the party. Not able to add any bombs.
Forces the flash of Dade, though, so
Yeah, they get
a
the
minor
summoner.
win. And in these solo lanes, if you can isolate the mid laner away from the minion wave and get that W down, that sets up the Kha'Zix really nicely.
Yeah. You can see Dade just trying to use his ult to push that wave back. He really wants to go back and buy right now, I think. And also maybe try to secure that blue buff for himself. But it looks like the KT Arrows want to take it. They've got a pretty good spot to do that, too.
They have TP advantage right now.
Yeah.
Due to what happened in the top lane.
Well, we'll see. Here we go. Spear comes in, kicks him away. Kakao. Rookie ends up
Gotcha.
getting the blue anyway.
Nice. Very nicely done. And so this is a response. So yeah, they gave up a double kill in the top lane off of an aggressive play before Acorn had a chance to recall. Someday.
Oh, here we go. Acorn coming in on Someday.
So Someday
vice
did
versa.
teleport up in order for Kakao to come and dive. And so Acorn got a later TP. Now they use that TP advantage. They may have lost a couple kills, but at least now you can see they got a blue buff for it. So they're making a counterplay. And this is how you play intelligent League of Legends. Whenever somebody gets an advantage in League, there's almost always something you can take back in return. And that's what the KT Arrows are doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the simple fact is you can't be everywhere on the map at once. And so that means something is usually vulnerable in some way.
And the best part about that for the KT Arrows is they didn't have to use teleport to secure that objective. The threat of the teleport was enough. And now we're back to teleport parity.
Yep.
So we'll see if KT Arrows can actually move on and take another dragon. We do see about 1,000 gold deficit for them early on right here.
Hart and Deft pushing back up the bot lane for a little bit. Dragon's still up, of course. Neither team really vying for vision control just yet. I got a feeling it's going to happen pretty soon, though. Yeah, Hart coming up. Take out that ward in the brush, trading a little bit with the Chani.
So one interesting thing about having Rise and Maokai together is that you're both going to be in a little bit of a power trough when you buy those rods, but as soon as both of them are fully stacked, you hit a really nice timing in terms of power. So it looks like the rod's going to be a little bit delayed for Someday this game, but Rookie pretty much on track for a 13-minute. He's been farming very well. In fact, he's been aggressively zoning Dade here. I'm surprised Dade hasn't been able to attack more. Someday coming
Someday
around.
coming all the way down. There's a twisted advance after the flash, and Kakao comes in. What a gank. Spirit kicking Kakao back into the turret. He can just E out, though.
And there's that
He'll be
reset
okay.
from the E coming in.
Yeah.
And allowing them to nullify that kick very
Not bad.
effectively. And they used that timing. Acorn was back. There wasn't time to teleport. And so they're able to get that kill, and they're able to pick up a dragon. This is the KT Arrows early game, folks. It is really good.
Oh, yeah. They will claim that dragon. Arrow trying to steal it with the ultimate, but no luck there. And so the KT Arrows, what do you know? A little bit of an early lead, but they need to build on it. It's not a big lead, and they need to keep it. That's the tricky part.
Well, mostly they've been scrambling back, really, from
Yeah.
the 2 kills, and they're still at a big CS deficit with Morky down here, and
Right.
that's going to push back his Trinity Force quite a bit compared to the Kog'Maw. As you can see, he went for a second Doran's Blade instead of the pieces of the Phage, so he's even
Needed it.
further behind.
Ow. All right. Wanted to take that mini golems.
And look at this. Look what KT Arrows are doing. They take the dragon after the kill, and then, while Dade is still dead, they go on a 2-man warding mission. There's no danger because Rise and Kha'Zix will be able to beat the Mundo and Lee Sin 2v2.
Yep.
So they go ahead, get the deep wards in, so they have control over the top side of the map. And that's valuable now because they already took the objective, Dragon, off of the bottom side. They took that blue buff, and so now they're turning their eyes over to the top side of the map where they can continue to take objective after objective and snowball.
Indeed. Well, Arrow and Chani getting whatever they can out of the jungle before moving back into lane. And we'll see. This has been such an aggressive bot lane, but no big 2v2. So Chani taking a lot of damage here. Deft really starting to poke with that ultimate. Wow, Heart's Aqua Prisms are so good, man. Oh, Spirit comes in. Can he get the kill? He kicks Zillion to death, but the ultimate is there, and Arrow doing some return damage. Heart there to support.
Well,
But they got the ult out of Zillion.
Yeah, it gets rid of the Zillion ult and also forces them off the turret so they can increase their lead over the bottom side. What Spirit and Heart really need to do right now is to get wards on bottom side because they don't have any control.
Oh, here we go, a dive under the turret. Spirit coming in, Arrow did Valkyrie away. Can they make something out of it? A kill for Deft already. Someday comes in to kill Spirit off. So far going really well for KT. They trade 1 for 1, but it is support for jungle.
Yeah.
So could have been worse, could have been better.
Yeah, 2 teleports burned there also, so just trading 1 for 1 in terms of that crucial summoner spell that we talk about a lot these days.
Right.
Kakao now moving into the jungle knowing that Spirit is gone, and really the problem here is that every time Samsung Blue has made a play, the KT Arrows are always able to put wards deep in the enemy jungle. And that hasn't been the same advantage so far for Samsung Blue. So it's just a vision and game tempo control that's going over to the KT Arrows.
Yeah. Good zoning by Acorn and Heart, allowing some damage to get done to that turret there. Johnny's back though, so that is the end of that. Acorn coming here on the side though. Yeah, you can be so annoying with those axes.
But he's getting denied farm up in the top side. He doesn't have teleport, and Blue's gonna come up here to catch this minion wave.
Yeah, is it worth it?
It's not gonna be Acorn. He's gonna take some free damage on his tower. I don't think that staying around was the best choice. It will be if they can get this turret. Okay, they will be able to, so.
I think they wanted to just sustain until Deft
So,
got back, yeah.
We have 2 very different game plans going down right now. KT Arrows have pretty much given up on their bottom lane. Meanwhile, Samsung Blue has sacrificed their top laner because he already had an advantage from getting those 2 kills early Now Maokai has caught up with a couple kills of his own, however, in order to maintain a bottom lane snowball because they know how far ahead their Kog'Maw is in terms of itemization, and that he's going to hit that Trinity Force power spike sooner than normal.
Right.
So it's about, for the KT Arrows, it's about continuing to snowball the top side of the map, whereas Samsung Blue, they're going to keep controlling the bottom side, and we'll see who gets their way right here.
Well, I think one of the big questions is with KT saying, all right, we want the top half of the map. Does that include good Baron control? Because we haven't seen a lot of that from them yet.
Yeah, and the thing about controlling bottom side is in the immediate future, it's more valuable because there's going to be another Dragon up before Baron can be taken.
Definitely.
But Rise, of course, don't want to get that scaling
Ricky's
down.
coming up.
Acorn
Hart
and
is
Hart.
there. And Acorn gets slowed. Oh, wow, they got the flash.
Yeah, Kakao coming topside as well. Dade not able to be there. And Chani
Nice to
will
see him. Oh, Hart getting jumped on. Kakao coming in, and that's an easy kill. Wow. A little bit of a questionable decision by Hart to come in there. Kind of dangerous.
really super
Yeah.
dangerous. They didn't have wards. They didn't know where Kakao or Rookie were.
That was a Hachani
Spirit,
move on.
Spirit.
Oh, gets root prison, tries to get out. Can they catch him? Kakao E over the wall there. Dade adds in a decent amount of damage with the Ziggs ultimate.
If he hadn't kicked them, he could have killed Kakao right there after
Seemed
the
that way.
Dade
Whoa.
ult hit.
Yeah.
But so bit of a miscommunication from Samsung Blue, but they chunk him out anyway. But look again, deep wards going in topside, and now finally, as we saw Spirit taking that red, we do see the wards in the back of the jungle on the bottom side of the KT Arrows. So both teams, they're staking their claims. Top side belongs to KT, bottom side belongs to Samsung Blue. And can they take this dragon that's coming up in 45? Probably it'll go to Blue.
Yeah. Well, it's like we just said. I mean, each team has very definite control over one half of the map right now. And so KT kind of saying, well, that's going to pay off for us later with Baron.
Yeah, Deft not going back though. He's
a
trying to
bit
bait
weak.
this.
Johnny walks right up. Nice Aqua Prison. They catch him, and he's going to have to ult himself. Deft in the meanwhile taking some damage from Arrow as he comes in. Achani can't get out. They tried. Arrow coming back in. Wow, trying to get some kills with Kakao. Can they get the resets? Kakao with one
Teleport.
kill. Can they do it? Double kill for Spirit, though. Kakao coming in to try to get another one on Hart. He'll get that double. Spirit flashes over the wall, and Dade has to get away as well with his Ghost.
Yeah, some
Dragging up.
KT Arrows turning that one around because they did have the TP advantage. Now, who can actually get this dragon, however? It looks like nobody for the
Whoa.
moment. Kakao has to use his leap to escape from the ultimate of Dade. Very intense leaping expression on Kakao right there.
That's right. That's his leaping face. There you go.
Well, Def comes back to the Trinity Force, so still probably Dragon going to Samsung Blue.
Yep. We'll see.
Trying to push this one up. Maokai has been hanging around just clearing vision as best he can, but they ping that brush. They know something's going on in there. Well, actually, Mundo going to go topside. Mundo's teleport coming back up in just a few seconds. So they're going to try and poke out with this T-Force.
Yeah, we'll see if they can. They're all over that dragon right now. They're going to start it already. Deft trying to poke with his ultimate. Arrow in a pretty good position to do some damage.
Here we go.
Comes the teleport coming down for Acorn. Achani on the side here. They do get that dragon. Spirit gets jumped on immediately. Kakao over the wall, helping Someday pick up that kill. Rookie, where is he? He's trying to lock down Acorn, and Deft just has to run for his life. Arrow nearly untouched that fight. That went so well for the KT Arrows. That was pretty much perfect.
Dade wasn't there at the start of the fight. Would
that does
have
hurt,
really helped
Yeah.
to have that Ziggs damage output. He was still kind of tooling around in his own jungle. Now he's going to be able to clear out this wave. It will be difficult to take this mid lane turret, but that's a dragon
already
and a
lost.
kill
Yeah.
in favor of the KT Arrows. Now they still have a relatively small lead, mostly thanks to the fact that Deft has been crushing Arrow in the bottom lane.
Yeah. And KT doing what they can to just take whatever dragon they can as well, or whatever jungle they can, rather.
Really important dragon for
Spirit.
the Arrows to get, though.
Yeah. Yeah, this is around it. It's like 17 to 20 minutes when things usually start to fall apart for the KT Arrows. And so far, they've been able to hold on.
We'll see, it's approaching 20. Are they actually going to
Yeah.
get a ward on the Baron at this timing to prevent Samsung Blue from potentially sneaking another one of those?
Yep.
And it's a real threat. You know, they've got a couple ways to get over that Baron wall from the red side, and they could sneak it if there's not adequate warding. So yeah, KT Arrows, no wards.
Yeah, well, par for the course so far. Not prioritizing really getting that vision control, and I mean, this is why it's so hard for them to keep that lead and grow it, is because you need vision everywhere, especially at Baron around this time. And if you don't have it, that just gives your opponents a lot of opportunity to come back. Samsung Blue, and the thing is Blue is definitely the team that's going to take advantage of something like that too. They're not going to let that opportunity slip by.
Here we go. They're going to put a ward of their own into the pit, make sure that it's nice and safe, and KT Arrows can't pull the same trick that they used in the last game.
Yeah.
Rookie just continuing to use his ult, just to create pressure right here. Ult for ult used.
Yeah.
Again in the mid lane. It's been really the story as each mid laner trying to find some opportunities to roam right here.
Well, again, Rookie's been very quiet, but very good too. He's starting to make a few more plays, but mostly just holding his lane, you know, farming well, and being there to help out when they need him in little team fights. I'm really impressed with the Rookie's rise actually tonight.
I think it's
Very
worth
good.
being impressed by Rookie no matter what. And here we
Oh,
go.
It's hard not to be. Acorn getting jumped on, Kakao coming in. They get the flash from Mundo yet again.
Here we go. Trinity Force Corki Siege. Can they do something? They want to take this tier 2.
Spirit and Heart coming up as well. Everyone from KT doing damage to that turret. Can they turn this one around? Aqua Prison, Deft and Dade coming up right now. They're going to lose the turret though, a little bit late. And KT Arrows continuing to just bully through this top half of the map.
Well, and that's it. The thing is Samsung Blue had the bottom side advantage, and that they didn't group quickly enough in order to take that dragon, and then
Oh, they're going to find Heart! What a pick from the KT Arrows! Just such their bread and butter. Man, the KT Arrows are getting the perfect game that they want this game.
well, Dade does get quite a bit of damage down, but he's got to be careful. Spirit's there trying to zone for him so he can't collapse. Dade will, with that bouncing bomb.
KT just getting all the opportunities though, you know?
Well, yeah, Samsung Blue just doesn't have the same level of early objective control that the KT Arrows have. That's been the tone of this series. And they're not that far behind, though, and Samsung Blue still can quite easily take this game.
Definitely.
And when you consider that they have the superior team fighting, you kind of have to believe the KT Arrows do not have a big enough lead right now to overcome the team fighting skill of Samsung Blue.
Well,
because
if you're-
both are going to pretty much scale identically, except for the AD carries, and that's going to go over to Blue in terms of advantage.
You know, if you go to a late game when your team comps are kind of like average power level wise, but you're against a team with better team fighting, you have to get sneaky, and I feel like getting sneaky is not one of KT's strong points, but look at this, trying to sneak a Baron. There is vision though, Arrow spotted, they're gonna have to back off.
And that one ward is
Yep.
the difference between this game and last game. They knew.
I would say so.
And they haven't cleared out that brush yet. Nobody's got a sweeper.
They've got to know something's near.
Oh yeah, they know
They
that
should.
something's around.
All right, well, still zoning by Baron. Still trying to just bully Samsung Blue out of the river.
They finally sweep that brush. I can't tell because everybody's on top of it.
No, not yet.
Sweeper up for Kakao.
And also Someday, too. They've got 2 of them available. Very bizarre. A little bit of damage on the Spirit as he tries to take the Wraiths. Oh, Kakao says no with that one. Smite it away.
Wow, KT Arrows Baron control much better than in game 1, though. Look at this. They've already pushed very deep into the enemy side.
Yeah, well, they're doing it much more with presence rather than vision as well,
Yeah,
too.
now their problem is that they haven't actually fully swept out the river itself, and so
Yeah.
they can't actually threaten a new Baron.
Oh, Def getting caught under turret. Avoids a bit of damage from Arrow, but still takes enough that it looks like KT's going to be able to get another one.
Yeah, gets the mid lane turret. So making up for a little bit of the sloppiness in terms of clearing in the
Wow,
river.
look at the damage onto Someday. Can they finish him? Spirit comes in to try to do it. Someday ults. He gets saved by Zillion, though. Achani there with the ult. R stands for Rise from Your Grave.
Well, The only reason you can even bait Baron in the first place, Doa, is that there has to be some level of threat that you're actually doing it, because otherwise they could just walk around and clear waves all day.
Of course, yeah.
Well, finally the ward just times out, so I guess that's helpful for the KT Arrows.
Better late
And
than
they're
never.
going to go for a dragon right now.
All right, they should be able to get
Bit
it
of
without much
danger.
issue.
They do have
think so?
teleport. Yeah, they have teleport. It's okay.
Now coming from behind, they catch Achani, deft a bit low though. Will that be it? Arrow having to back away in a lot of trouble. Dade still full health. Someday coming in with his ult, but he's not really able to catch anybody. Kakao trying to get there. Never mind. Twisted advance right on to Def, and Spirit a bit low as well. He's going to go on to Rookie now. Rookie backing to the brush for a little bit of vision control, and Arrow back over the wall again. A double kill for Someday. And now Kakao on the run. Leaps back to his team. Spirit escapes.
Can they actually
They're low.
do this?
I don't know,
though?
man. They're taking it quick, but they're so low health. I guess
Window
we
has
just-
ult. Okay, they scared him
I
away.
think they can, yeah. And there you go. KT Arrows with another dragon and a one team fight as well.
Yeah, still not the largest gold lead in the world, extending it
Oh yeah, it's still anybody's for sure.
just a bit, but that's Zillion.
Yeah, they do steal the blue buff away from Ziggs, which is pretty nice.
And the Zillion really bailing them out of some poor positioning,
Yeah.
at least in the topside team fight.
Well, I mean, we just saw Someday kind of get caught, saved in the end by Achani Zillion. And yeah, when you have to kill that Maokai twice, it's pretty hard to win a team fight. Let's watch.
Well, they just take Johnny out immediately. And so it's about kiting right here. They managed to avoid the Nami ultimate, and Maokai coming in from the backside. Deft already super low right here. Just gets annihilated by one WQ combo from Someday. A little bit of a waste of exhaust on him too, because he had already used his abilities. We'll watch some ward wars up at the top side.
Yep, Zillion versus Lee Sin, the immortal conflict. A sweeper to take out another one?
The old versus the blind.
I guess so. It's like the old leading the blind to a tri-brush. I don't know. I think that's how the saying goes, right? Pretty sure.
Perfect, you nailed it.
All right, thought so. Thank you.
So, can the KT Arrows actually control Baron for once in this series?
I don't know, man. I mean, that's the thing, is we're at that point again. You know, here we are again. KT Arrows. Can they secure this Baron? But more importantly, just secure a game, you know? Oh, Kakao coming in, trying to get some damage onto Heart. There's a tidal wave as well. Spirit safeguards his way in there. Arrow takes a lot of damage, as does Kakao. They have to back off, but Someday maybe trying to flank from behind. Oh, Spirit going really deep, tried to maybe get a kill to Kakao. There's an ult from Dade, that helped out. And Arrow just getting shut down by Acorn. Now Someday comes in, but is it too late? Dade a bit low, Heart trying to stay alive. Spirit doesn't have the health to support his team, and Rookie just trying to beat all the damage, but it's not enough. Spirit with a kill there, and now they can gradually whittle down the raid boss. That is Someday. There we go, an ace for Samsung Blue. They lose Deft, but that's about it. They're gonna go right for this Baron.
Yeah, Kakao getting chunked off on the side right there opened up a lot of plays.
Well,
Dade
so did Arrow,
hit
yeah.
a huge ultimate in that fight. And really, KT Arrows just haven't been able to maintain the vision control to make the kind of plays they want to around Baron, and now they lose it.
Yep, that's right. And again, I feel like here we are again, you know? KT, things fall apart around Baron.
Yeah, it's not that they're throwing, they're just not thorough enough. And to be fair to Samsung,
Oh, Acorn. They just lack in this part of the game, you know?
to be fair to Samsung Blue, they have done an exceptional job of taking Baron difficult.
Sure.
But there are some mistakes that the KT Arrows have made in terms of trinket usage and in terms of ward purchasing, just simply not buying enough wards that are a glaring weakness that we've seen in games 1 and 3.
Yeah. And Dade getting jumped on by Kakao. Whoa, look at that damage. I mean, he was low to begin with, but still, that's some crazy burst. Oh, Arrow. Spirit finds him. Gonna kick him out. Heart is there. Follow him over right under the turret. Yeah, safeguard back to Nami. A little bit too dangerous to chase Arrow under there.
Even though they knew where Kakao was. And
Yeah.
that's going to burn a lot of the time off of Samsung Blue's Baron ultimate because they can't play forward and they lose a lot of wards in the process as well. Can't quite make a play onto Arrow to take a turret or to get some pressure. And It's going to waste about a minute or more.
Yeah. Well, mid lane being pushed up again by the KT Arrows. And I mean, they do have this. They can kind of keep the lanes pushed up and just wait out the Baron buff. Avoid fights. Should go okay.
Yeah, Def going to pick up the red buff right there. Clear out the pink ward. Trying to push that wall of wards back out of their jungle.
Yeah.
Rookie will just take out the green one that's put in his pink brush. Someday, moving forward with some additional wave clear with the sapling and the arcane smash.
Arrow is just so far behind in CS and Deft. Look at that. Over 100 CS down right now. That's pretty incredible.
Deft is a very good AD carry, and he's showing why he's considered one of the best in this series. Arrow, in spite of having that quirky early game, just got pushed around, and his quirky Zillion lane just isn't working against Kog'Maw Nami.
Yeah. Well, some conflict at the mid turret. Looks like Samsung will take another one. Up to 2.
Yeah, still don't have topside, and Sunday's able to push that out very efficiently.
Yeah, they have to send someone up to deal with him. But is Mundo enough?
No.
Doesn't look like they have a lot of confidence, so they will be bringing a lot of members up to deal with this Maokai. Let's see. Acorn up in top lane. Got that Banshee's Veil.
Samsung Blue really not confident, even with this Baron buff, to be able to make a play right here.
I guess so, yeah.
And they're scared. They're scared because they keep losing wards in topside, and the KT Arrows are cutting off their ability to rotate efficiently into the top lane through their own jungle. So they're taking the long way around. Dragon up in 6, and KT has their eyes on that. Now Baron buff, Samsung could be coming in. Acorn does have teleport available.
There we go. Well, that Dragon dropping so fast, KT should be able to take it without any trouble.
Love what they did too. You'll notice that Rookie and Hachani peeled. What is
Whoa,
that?
teleport from Acorn coming in. His whole team decided to go into the jungle there, but that's a lot of commitment for that red buff. Maybe he thought he could catch him, I guess.
You'll notice how clean that was too. They knew the teleport was up, and they knew the Baron buff. So what they did was they took Hachani and Kakao and moved them around, or Hachani and Rookie had moved them around the side before the Dragon was complete, because Kakao and Arrow could just jump over the back of the Dragon pit. So they ensured that way that they were going to spend the least amount of time possible as a unit inside that Dragon while still being able to secure it, and made them pretty much immune to any kind of counterplay. So that was just really nice from the KT Arrows. And it's the little things like that that constitute a very good team. When they have a plan, okay, they still have teleport up. Who can jump over the wall? You guys can't, you leave now, we'll finish it and immediately get out of there. And by doing that too, they made Acorn waste his teleport.
Yeah.
Had they not done that, had they not gone back just that little bit sooner, Acorn may have been able to get a kill on the bottom side.
Well, Samsung Blue. Man, this series has been one of the closest we've seen, I think, all season.
Yeah, it's been really, really tight. Very exciting game so far.
Dade's got a lot of scary items now. Picked up that Void Staff. And he is going to be doing a ton of damage. But a little bit of time before Baron and Dragon are back up.
Yeah, a ton of Magic Pen. And with the total lack, you know, especially Kakao is going to have to be very careful about getting hit by Dade's poke, because he only has that Maw of Malmortius.
Yeah, that's right.
And against a Haunting Guise and a Void Staff, it's not going to do much.
Well, Samsung Blue trying to lay siege to this tier 2 turret. Kakao thinking about maybe flanking.
Someday has TP. He's already popped his ult. What's he doing?
Whoa,
Okay.
that was odd. Maybe just use that to clear the wave real quick?
No, I think he was thinking about TPing and then changed his mind. He
I
wants to
see.
recall first.
Well, they may not save that tier 2 turret.
we go.
Oh, there's the teleport coming in. Someday coming from behind. A little bit of damage, a little bit of poke. Here comes Maokai, though. Dade throws the ult in. They're going to jump right onto Def. Def locked up by everybody. Still manages to make it out, and now Someday has to go on the run. Rookie caught up. Hart trying to help out with that. Someday getting into the back lines a little bit. Meanwhile, Hachani forced completely out of the fight. Hart was just trying to 1v1 Kakao, gets the tidal wave off right before he died. Acorn, though, still trying to take down Someday. Arrow low, but trying to contribute any amount of damage he can to the fight that he can. Spirit with the safeguard, and Battle of the hyper tanks. Yep.
Okay, right there, that was actually a big mistake by Spirit. He peeled off and left Nami alone for isolated damage against the Kazakhs because he was off
Risky.
chasing the Zillion, which you're probably not going to catch. So, pretty unclear target calling right there. He left Hart a little bit high and dry, and that means that 2 kills go over in favor of the Arrows.
Well, that's big. Just like we saw in game number 1, we saw things kind of go back. Let's watch this team fight again, though.
Yeah, and you'll notice Rookie's going to flash forward too. They need to kill Def. W onto him, W from Rise. They do stack the CC a little bit, so
Yeah.
wasn't the best right there. Now you see the W come back and Rookie trying to get in there to get the kill. Of course, Rookie will fall too. Now watch what Spirit does right here. Oh boy, you don't do that. You don't do that.
For Hart. Support players, man. Always just left alone.
And fortunately for Samsung Blue, Mundo still had his ultimate available, so he wasn't bursted down immediately, but that could have gone really, really wrong.
Well, welcome back, Baron.
That was my
Heroes.
favorite
I know.
sitcom.
I watched that Nick at Night, yep. Welcome back, Baron. He like slithers into a cave somewhere. Oh! Spirit jumps onto Someday. Someday pops that ultimate already a little bit low. Hard backing off Dade, trying to get position. Cacao over the wall to try to blow up Def, doesn't work. Acorn backing away, Alta onto Cacao. Arrow gets knocked up by that Aqua Prison. Sets up the dunk for Dade. And now Acorn coming in. There's a kill for Spirit. And Samsung Blue having a good team fight here. Oh, meanwhile, Someday still in the back lines. Manages to get a kill. Spirit with the double now, but he gets caught by Rookie. Can Rookie finish him off? Acorn trying to slow him down with those axes, and it looks like he's done enough. Hart comes in with a bit of support and a bit of healing. Aqua Prison misses. Wow, everyone is just so tanky on these teams. These fights just go on and on.
KT Arrow really overcommitted to killing Deft right there, and they know they have to kill him. They've got a lot of gap closers. They've got a lot of ways to do it, but it's also Samsung Blue is peeling beautifully for him
They really are.
in these team fights, and he has kind of had no right to live in a couple of these instances, but the burst just not enough. They're able to give him just a little bit of healing.
And that's going to be an inhibitor turn in favor of Samsung Blue. I mean, they are starting to really threaten. Let's watch a replay of that fight, though.
Yeah, so somebody gets chunked out a little bit early here. Acorn takes some damage, but of course he's got that ultimate. Now watch this, Def gets so close to dying, and he can't quite go down. Arrow uses his rockets to fire over the side, and then Dade catches him out with a big ultimate as they all funnel into that choke. So they basically kite it out and allow Def to continue firing over the side. Dade with the long-range ultimate, and then it's just Tang Wars.
It's just amazing how long Rookie lives here. All right, some action near the Baron pit right now as Samsung Blue tries to secure that a little bit. KT, though, they are there. Arrow coming up from mid.
Deft has a QSS as well as a Mikhail, so they're not going to kill him anymore.
Yeah.
So at this point, what do you do? Because one of the advantages for Ziggs is that he can chunk out your back line with his ultimate, and at the
Oh,
moment,
here we go. Someday coming in. There's the tidal wave through the middle. Spirit has to back off for a moment. Someday pops that ultimate. Rookie not
Rise
there.
is not
Dade
there.
with a lot of damage onto Johnny with that ultimate. Throwing the bomb. Someday on his own in the back. Rookie slow to get to the fight, and Acorn just in the back lines. Unkillable. Def trying to do as much damage as he can from the side. And Arrow turns. Can't blow anybody up, though. Dade with another kill there. They slow down Rookie a bit, but I think it's best to just let him go and go for the Baron.
Rookie just not there for the team fight. Rookie's going to have to try and stop this Baron.
Oh, well, can
He's
he do
going to
it?
have his ult up by the time it starts. Now, if he can get a good ult off and maybe Cacao get a couple resets, they may be able to stop this.
Well, we'll see.
Cacao has
Slow down
W,
a
he's
bit.
able to
Oh,
poke.
that's way too much damage. Nice satchel charge from Dade. Helps secure that kill. And the Baron secured by Samsung Blue in just a moment. There it is. So Samsung Blue winning a couple team fights, getting the Baron, and now are in firm control of this game. I think it's too late for the Arrows in game 3.
Well, it is purely because of items. Hart rushing that Crucible, and then the QSS now onto Def. You have to be able to kill Def, because now who are the viable targets for Samsung? If they go into the back lines, he's just going to get QSS'd, and then they're going to collapse on you. And Dade's going to be able to zone out your back line simultaneously by using the Ziggs ultimate.
Yep.
So they get basically free kills on your front line, and while your back line gets chunked. and you can't burst down this cog anymore.
Now trying to come in and he steals it. There's a Zillion ult. Can he get away though? Does he have the no? Nice Aqua Prison for the knockup. And they grab him. I guess not knockup, more of a sudden. Shut up, Nami. The grand finals. Shut up, Nami. There we go.
There's not been a lot of Nami. She's been very quiet tonight.
That's true. Nice Aqua Prison though.
Well, and now that Dade also has the Zanyas, they can't kill the carries. So this is pretty much over for the KT Arrows.
I would say so. They've passed that point of no return. Someday trying to maintain in that top lane, but Samsung doesn't even really need to worry about this. They can just go straight up the middle, and that's what they're going to try to do in just a moment.
I love that Rookie built Will of the Ancients this game, just because he has to just stand there and face tank while he kills their front line.
He has to get that regen. He has to get that health regen and live. Or lifesteal, rather.
Spellmap,
rather. Something that takes life and gives it to him. That's what I'm trying to say. There goes the inhibitor for Samsung Blue. And they calmly walk out of the base. A swag walk, if you will.
Yeah, this is definitely, almost certainly, a Samsung Blue victory. Coming in. Definitely. Coming in.
Definitely a victory.
Well,
oh, Acorn.
Doesn't matter if you hit Acorn.
No. Hey, what if Acorn could hear you say that? He'd be so sad.
I'm not encouraging you to punch Acorn.
We'd have to have a whole other video about how they cheer him up. Well, Samsung trying to push this top lane now. And someday, recalling it looks like. Kakao coming from the side. Can they make a play here though? I don't know. Item-wise, it just seems so hard to believe that Samsung Blue can lose a team fight at this point. Oh, and they catch Kakao, kicking it back in, and there's a pick. Dade comes out. Oh, he got it, Johnny, from downtown. And Acorn trying to get in the back lines. Tidal Wave misses people, but Someday not really involved too much. Arrow has to back away with his flash and get Rookie a little bit caught. Samsung Blue, it's all clean up at this point. Another turret goes down. And Someday getting forced all the way back to Fountain. Arrow as well. Whoa, they got him. The satchel charge bounces him up in the Fountain. Rookie trying to get away, dodges a Q. Samsung just trying to get kills now, man.
Yeah, they're mostly just styling on the
I
arrows
think they
at
are
this
just
point.
styling, yeah. The thing is by winning this game, they're one game away from winning Champion Summer. You want to mentally break your opponents. You don't just want to win a single game. You want to win the match right here. Have they done it? They've certainly won Game 3. Spirit, wow, he lived. Oh, there goes Kog'Maw, though. That is it. Nexus taken down, as Rookie is as well. And Game 3 goes to Samsung Blue. They're in the lead, and they are looking primed to take Champion Summer.
And now, Doa, we get the answer
Now.
to the question. Do the KT Arrows have something else planned?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
they've played effectively the same composition 3 times. And now we've seen that Samsung Blue will sit there and answer it with this. They will answer with the Ultra Peel and the healing and the sustain for this Kog'Maw, and they will play Protect the Cog. And there's no way to kill the Kog'Maw past a certain point. So, and the Kog'Maw is winning lane now with Nami against the Corki Zillion lane. So Arrows have to have another plan here.
That's right. Looking a little bit stressed out, guys. It is do or die time for the KT Arrows. A victory for Samsung Blue. And again, the next game could be it. It could be the final game of Champion Summer.
I hope it's not.
I hope it's not too. I want to see that blind pick. Blind pick is what we do in Champion Summer, man. Do not go anywhere, guys. We'll be back with game number 4. Smiles on the faces of Samsung Blue, but can they translate that into a final victory and take home the Champions Trophy? Let's find out. The coach is in the booth for the KT Arrows, trying to pep talk them up, trying to figure out what can they do to stop Samsung Blue. That's been the question on every team's mind this season. No one's been able to figure it out.
Dade looks much happier than the KT Arrows booth right
He's
now.
looking very fuzzy today, too. He's going for his own Alpacadoo. We'll be back, guys, for game number 4. Don't miss it. Champion Summer coming up. More of it right after this.